Hello, Virgo. March 20th. Mark it. 24 hours from now, a window closes. Not metaphorically, energetically, astrologically, practically. Whatever convergence has been building these past weeks reaches terminus point, and what's possible before that date becomes significantly harder or completely unavailable after. I don't give arbitrary deadlines. This one matters. Spring equinox lands March 20th this year, moment when day and night achieve perfect balance before tipping toward light's dominance. And equinoxes aren't just astronomy. They're energetic reset points, portals between seasons where old contracts expire and new ones can be written, but only if you're conscious enough to participate in the writing. Most people sleepwalk through these transitions, let cosmic software updates install without choosing which programs to keep versus delete, wake up months later wondering why their life feels different without remembering they had agency in that difference. You don't get that luxury right now because something in your specific chart, your specific circumstances, your specific soul curriculum has converged with this equinox in ways that demand intentionality. What you do or don't do in the next 24 hours could set trajectory for the next 6 months minimum, possibly longer. I'm sensing several overlapping factors creating this urgency. Karmic closure, deadline. You might be carrying unfinished business from previous cycles, relationships, patterns, wounds, debts, energetic, not financial, that need resolution before equinox. After March 20th, those contracts roll over into next phase, and resolving them becomes exponentially more complicated. Think of it like subscription services. If you don't cancel before billing cycle ends, you're locked in for another period. Except these aren't Netflix subscriptions, these are soul level agreements about what you'll continue carrying versus what you'll finally release. What pattern are you still feeding that needs starvation before tomorrow? Decision, crystallization. Something you've been deliberating, postponing, avoiding the universe might be collapsing your decision window, not because it's cruel, but because prolonged indecision creates stagnation that blocks everything else trying to flow into your life. March 20th could represent a point where circumstances make decision for you through your inaction. And while that removes the burden of choosing, it also removes your agency and outcome. Better to choose consciously today than have choice made for you tomorrow. Energetic alignment window. Certain manifestations require specific energetic conditions, right planetary positions, right emotional frequency, right level of clarity and commitment. Those conditions might be peaking right now, creating brief window where something normally difficult becomes surprisingly accessible. But windows don't stay open indefinitely. After equinox, the energetic weather changes. What felt possible pre-transition might feel impossible post-transition, not because you changed, but because the field you're operating in shifted. What have you been trying to manifest that might need final push before tomorrow? Relationship reckoning. Equinoxes often trigger relationship shifts, beginnings, endings, level changes, and March 20th specifically might represent deadline for certain interpersonal dynamics. Someone's patience might be expiring, An opportunity for reconnection might be dissolving. A connection you've been avoiding addressing might force itself into visibility. Whatever the specifics, relational energy around you feels time sensitive in ways it hasn't been before. If you're going to speak, speak before Friday. If you're going to leave, leave before Friday. If you're going to stay, commit before Friday. Ambiguity after equinox creates complications that clarity before it prevents. Initiation threshold. Some of you are approaching initiations, not ceremonial necessarily, but energetic upgrades that require you to demonstrate readiness through action before activation occurs. Think of it like software requiring certain hardware specifications before it'll install. The universe might be checking, are you serious? Have you done the preparation? Are you willing to back words with behavior? March 20th could be deadline for proving readiness. After that, initiation delays until next appropriate cycle, which might be months away. What action would demonstrate your commitment to what you claim you want? Now, let's address why this message found you today, specifically March 19th, with roughly 24 hours remaining. Coincidence isn't real. You're here because some part of you, higher self, guides, intuition, whatever framework makes sense to you, knew you needed this reminder, this wake-up call. This confirmation that the urgency you've been feeling isn't paranoia, but accurate perception. So what specifically needs addressing before tomorrow? Conversations you've postponed. Words that need speaking, but you've been waiting for right time. Guess what? Right time is now. Before equinox, because after it, either the person won't be available emotionally, or you'll have moved into different energetic space where those words no longer carry same weight. Don't let tomorrow arrive with important things still unsaid. Decisions you've delayed, whatever you've been almost choosing for weeks or months now or never, energy surrounds it. Not to pressure you manipulatively, but because prolonged indecision has been blocking your entire flow. The dam needs breaking. Choose something. Even imperfect choice creates movement that perfect indecision prevents. Releases you've avoided. What are you still clutching that needs releasing? Grudges, expectations, identities that no longer fit, relationships that ended but you haven't energetically acknowledged the ending. Equinox is portal for letting go. What you release before it exits cleanly. What you still hold after it becomes heavier, more entangled, harder to extract yourself from later. Let go before Friday. Ceremonially, if possible, write it down and burn it, speak it aloud to witness, physically donate items connected to it. Make the release concrete, not just mental. Intentions you need clarifying. Next 6 months, get shaped by intentions you set around equinox. Vague intentions create vague results. Specific, emotionally charged intentions backed by committed action create specific results. What do you actually want for April through September? Not what sounds good or what you think you should want. What do you genuinely desire? Write it down tonight, before tomorrow. Make it specific. Make it honest. Then take one immediate action, however small, that aligns with that intention. Intention without action is fantasy. Action grounds intention in reality. What's one action you could take in next 24 hours that demonstrates commitment to your stated intentions? Here's what I'm also picking up. Some of you are resisting this urgency. thinking artificial deadline or manipulation tactic, or I'll handle it when I'm ready. And listen, you have free will. You can ignore every word here, can let March 20th pass without conscious engagement, can continue operating how you've been operating. But then don't be surprised when next 6 months feel like trudging through mud, when opportunities you sensed don't materialize, when relationships that could have shifted stay stuck, when manifestations that felt close remain distant because you had a window and you chose not to use it. Not every window matters equally. Most we can miss without significant consequence. But occasionally, maybe once or twice a year, a window appears where missing it creates tangible, lasting impact on trajectory. This is one of those, and deep down, you know it. That's why the urgency feels different this time, why you're reading this instead of scrolling past, why part of you is already cataloging what needs handling before tomorrow. Trust that knowing. It's accurate. Practically speaking, here's what I recommend for next 24 hours. Morning of March 20th, before equinox hits, check exact time for your time zone around 9:01 a.m. UTC. Do some form of energetic clearing. Shower with intention of washing off old cycle. Sage your space if that's your practice. Meditation focusing on release and renewal. Something that marks transition consciously. Today, March 19th, handle the practical and emotional items flagged above. Conversations, decisions, releases, intentions. Don't try doing everything. Prioritize the 2 or 3 most urgent items and focus there. Avoid making major commitments after equinox on Friday without sitting with them for a few days first. The energy immediately post-equinox can be chaotic as things resettle. Let dust settle before signing contracts or making permanent choices. But things you've already been considering, those can and should be addressed before transition. Also important, don't panic act. Urgency doesn't mean recklessness. It means conscious, intentional movement on things you already knew needed movement. If something hasn't been on your radar at all until reading this, it's probably not what needs immediate addressing. Focus on what you've already been sensing, feeling, knowing needed attention. This message is confirmation and amplification, not introduction of entirely new concerns. What have you been sensing needs handling that you've been avoiding? One more thing. After equinox, don't beat yourself up about what you didn't handle. If tomorrow arrives and you realize you missed something, that's data for next cycle. Learn from it, but don't create suffering around it. These opportunities cycle, not on same schedule, not with same intensity, but they cycle. Missing this window isn't permanent damnation. It's just choosing longer, more complicated route to same destination. But if you can take shorter route by acting now, why wouldn't you? Final word. There's something specific to you individually that this message is activating. Something only you know about. Something that made your stomach drop or heart race or mind immediately jump to, oh shit, that thing. That's the thing. Handle that before Friday. Whatever it is, the conversation, the decision, the release, the commitment, you know what it is. Because your body just told you. Trust that. Act on that before tomorrow. Because March 20th isn't just date, it's threshold. And thresholds demand we choose cross into new or stay in old. Both are valid, but only one is growth. Which are you choosing? Comment below. What's the one thing you know you need to handle before Friday? Writing it publicly creates accountability. Use that 24 hours. Make them count.